Restaurants fail probably more than any other business group there is. There's always risk.
Opening soon follows the true story of a restaurateur's vision from concept to opening night.
There's so much competition. New York's so tough. Everybody who's good everywhere else in the world comes to New York to try and make it.
And you just got to deal with the state bureaucracy and say, I need what I need and I need it today, and you probably get it a month later.
You know what? I bet you it doesn't.
I'm thinking the same thing.
I have a good feeling that it doesn't.
New York City, the world-class dining scene, fueled by massive egos, media hype, and long waiting lists. It's not something Danny Abrams aspires to.
That pretension, that New York scene, that kind of, you know, we're cool and you're not, and you're lucky to get a table here. We don't really subscribe to that New York crap.
His partner, Jimmy Bradley, is on the same page.
So it's not about some of the things that make people want to get in the business. It's much more treat people the way you want to be treated, play the music that you want to hear, serve the food that you want to cook, and express it in a complete, cohesive package.
And that's exactly what Jimmy and Danny are doing. In 4 years, they've opened 3 hot downtown restaurants: the Red Cat, the Mermaid Inn, and the Harrison. With Danny as director of ambiance,
Super. I'll see you right away.
and Jimmy, a trained chef, as spiritual advisor to the kitchen,
The brother from another mother.
all 3 places have that rare aura of being cool without trying.
Relax.
Our concepts aren't really fly-by-night concepts. They're not trend-oriented concepts.
Now they're creating a 4th restaurant. It's called Pace, the Italian word for peace. Pace is located in the heart of Tribeca, in a turn-of-the-century industrial space. With 220 seats, a private dining room, and a $2 million price tag, Pace is their biggest and most ambitious project to date. But the guys are determined to keep their cool.
I was going to say you should send him a gift certificate.
Or a gift card.
I don't want to get all worked up about it. I want to have fun, so Pace is just a cool neighborhood Italian joint.
To ensure a uniquely cool aesthetic, they've hired design guru Jim Walrod.
Let's see the guru in action.
While most designers use computer graphics to pitch their concepts, Jim presented his with the use of a single image.
I showed him a broken plate and told him that this is what I wanted it to look like. So, I mean, anybody that bought into that, first of all, has to have an extreme amount of trust. Yeah.
Central to Jim's concept is making the building's bland interior look more like its battered turn-of-the-century exterior.
The outside of this building is so old, aged, weathered, and beautiful that when you walk in here, you kind of go like, okay, what the hell happened?
Jim is more of an artist, and that's what we chose for this project. He's a little unorthodox in his style, and I knew going in, it was going to be a little bit of a different process.
What keeps it from shattering?
Discipline.
Have any exposed edges?
Jim wants to create the illusion of historic authenticity, with pieces of the past peeking through a modern facade.
There's something that's like an Italian restaurant. It's got to be rooted in something that feels like it's been here forever. So basically what we're working with is if there was a restaurant here at one time that sort of got covered over by this, and that you're finding little drips and drabs of the restaurant that was once here.
Artist Milry Hughes has been hired to create a huge mural which wraps around the room and extends onto a mirror separating the dining room and the bar.
About the murals, very, very subtle, very subtle.
So the surface of the mirror is going to be distressed like this so that you'll be able to see from the bar, you'll be able to see into the restaurant.
But the sample of the mural doesn't fly with the guys.
It looks a little bit like arts and crafts from grade school.
Yeah.
A little too much. I would say, you know, we're pretty casual, but we look at everything. So we watch everything, but we're not micromanagers. I'm a firm believer in letting the experts do what they're experts in.
It's still hard to believe that you guys bought into this from showing a broken plate to you.
But the broken plate metaphor only extends so far. In the kitchen, Jimmy is all business.
The other areas are like a set design. This is like the nerve center, and it has to work the right way from the beginning. So the exercise is paying the most attention to the kitchen first.
But although he admits the kitchen is important, Jimmy doesn't subscribe to anything as pretentious as a food philosophy.
I don't have a food philosophy. You buy what looks good, you don't f around with it that much, and you serve it. 5 ingredients or less. Keep it simple.
Jimmy always wanted to do Italian food, and that's kind of his roots.
Pace is Italian. It's not northern, it's not southern. It's gonna be very true to Italian, simple cuisine.
The guys strive to keep things low-key, but this is New York and the stakes are high.
There's so much competition. New York's so tough. Everybody who's good everywhere else in the world comes to New York to try and make it. So if you think that for some reason, whatever you do is gonna turn out well, I think that you're being a little naive.
There's always risk. I mean, the restaurants fail probably more than any other business group there is. There's always risk.
It's a cost center, it's a revenue generator. It should be perfect and it should be done. And it isn't.
It's 4 weeks to opening, and progress on the dining room is inching along.
It's like watching paint dry. It's like stick at a time.
Jimmy has been away for a few days, and some executive decisions have been made without him.
Good looking stuff. Why'd he pull the water out so high?
Because Joey came over here and made another alteration.
What did he want?
Wall mounted.
The chef has requested a wall-mounted faucet.
You know what? I'm gonna make a new plan with you.
Can't change it again.
I'm the only person who changes anything in the field.
In the dining room, Jim decided to round off the ceiling corners.
And when did you decide to do this?
While you guys were away.
You don't say.
Of course, we always say that.
He's also decided to cover another wall with half rounds, even though it will cover up some of Milry's detailed and expensive work.
Really?
All the way up to the ceiling. It's going.
It's going.
Generally, a regular restaurant owner would have kicked me off the site by now, so.
You know, the difference is micromanaging versus macromanaging. Like, I never come in and say, listen, Jim, this is all f***ed up, because what's that gonna do? That's just gonna fill his head with more negative stuff. You know, you don't put negative stuff in creative people's heads in the middle of a job.
It's 3 weeks to opening, and the mural is nearly complete.
One of the guys came in, the electricians, the other day and said, yeah, this place is looking really good. You know, you should really try and preserve this mural, you know. I hope you don't paint over it. That is the highest compliment I could be given, you know. I thought, wow, I've actually achieved this.
But Jimmy steamed about the state of the kitchen.
The walls are still dirty with the grout. Means they weren't washed enough.
He blames contractor Louis Delgado for the mess.
I said to Louis, you buy a piece of refrigeration that costs $1,000.
The mess isn't the only issue. The equipment hasn't been set up or plugged in.
If 70% of every dollar you make comes from that room, and that room isn't complete, and it isn't perfect, then what's the point of making this room complete or perfect? It's a cost center, it's a revenue generator. It should be perfect and it should be done, and it isn't.
Jimmy's not the only one who's frustrated. Chef Joey Campanero needs to start cooking.
Well, today was supposed to be in the kitchen, free of construction material, free of dust, gas turned on, water running. It was just a working kitchen.
He's forced to start menu testing at the Harrison Kitchen, where he spent the last 3 years working with Jimmy. Today, he's attempting a lobster ravioli recipe for the first time.
This is chopped up tail meat and claw meat and knuckles, mixed with a mousse made with pureed shrimp, heavy cream, cherry tomatoes, red and yellow. You hear that? That's a tomato burp popping. I think with this recipe that these ravioli are going to be a little tough. I was right about that. I'm not 100% with it. I don't love it. I think the pasta was tough, and you know, we're coming down to the wire now where we have to be 100%, 150%.
Danny, meanwhile, has his own issues.
I'm a little bit nervous about middle of the summer getting a good staff. No problem?
Danny Abrams?
Come on. Everyone's
Who
got...
wouldn't want to work for you,
Well, there's
kid?
two things. One is people are making less money in the summer,
Right.
so they really can't afford to like leave their jobs right now because they're going to be off for 2 weeks. And a lot of professionals don't want to take a chance on a startup.
And the startup date is getting ominously close.
No matter how much you plan, and no matter how much time you have to prepare, the last 2 weeks are always very busy. So, we got a lot going on. Are we not doing food today?
Plates?
Yeah. Are you making any food?
So, guess what? We were supposed to do the tastings today also.
Pace is located in Tribeca, a downtown Manhattan neighborhood famous for its clubs and lofts. The restaurant is open for lunch from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Dinner is served from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and from 5:30 p.m. to midnight Friday and Saturday. Pace offers modern Italian cuisine. Appetizers are priced from $6 to $12. Main dishes range between $7 and $27. Desserts are priced between $7 and $9. The signature dish is caciuco. The dish consists of a seafood stew with peasant toast and aioli. The price is $26. It's 1 week to opening, and Pace's kitchen is fully installed and sparkling clean.
Like, this baby's finished. And to me, this is a beautiful piece now. He wanted his Bentley, now he's got it.
But looks can be deceiving. During construction, the gas was accidentally turned off.
I bought the place, I kept the gas on. Through a process of poor communication and lackadaisical behavior, it got shut off, and you just got to deal with the state bureaucracy and say, I need what I need, and I need it today, and you probably get it a month later.
Until it's turned back on, Joey can't cook, and the menu can't be perfected.
We have to cook. We want to make good food. We want to start making it now.
Fortunately, the dining room is sitting pretty. Today, the mural image will be burned into the mirror.
If it doesn't work, it's an absolute disaster.
If it doesn't work, it's because I don't know what I'm doing.
It's a complex procedure involving a customized plastic transfer followed by an application of acid.
You have to wear these Prada sunglasses when you're doing this as well. Prada hardware, this is where you get this from. Everything for the stylish workman.
All right, here comes the acid.
Think twice about doing this. On other pieces.
I still don't have any idea what this is going to look like. So.
1 hour later, the plastic comes off, and the effect is underwhelming.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing, so nope.
But as the mirror dries, the image reveals itself.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's great, 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 great.
It's 4 days to opening, and the kitchen is finally cooking. But today, Murphy's Law prevails. Joey's food processor dies.
You see that? That was pretty wild.
Then he has an accident.
Some guy bumped in front of me while I was shaving truffles, and just fell right on the blade.
Hey,
Meanwhile, Danny is still stressing about the staffing situation.
why don't we interview Peter's back? It's a big concern. It's my biggest concern right now. So I'm a little bit nervous. Like if I said, I really could use you to work on a Saturday and Sunday, and you're available.
Yeah.
That makes sense. They're great. You ever been hired on the spot before?
There's 1 day to opening. The staff is hired, and they're here for a tasting.
I'm looking forward to getting food out of the kitchen. Joey's team is strong. He's got a badass kitchen crew down there, and he's feeling really good. He's feeling ready to go.
The problem is, Joey's been so busy preparing for the opening, he forgot to make any food.
Hey, are we not doing food today?
Plates?
Yeah. Are you making any food?
So, guess what? Yeah. We were supposed to do the tastings today also. No, try not to break it.
The only dish Joey could scrape together is warm burrata on toast and ultra creamy mozzarella on ciabatta bread.
Hey, McDuffie.
Yes, sir.
What's the story?
Think we'll be ready? Ready now.
Ready now? Let's go. This is New York, man. Go all night.
Jimmy has high hopes, but the dish is less than perfect.
It should be warm. I wanted to ask Joe about that, but he disappeared. This is just the mozzarella on toast. I mean, it's not just mozzarella, but
There's a huge difference between that one and this one.
you know what it is? You can't really around with this stuff. When you make very simple dishes with few ingredients and you don't fully understand it, that's what happens, you know? So I would speak to the chef about who exactly was making it.
Give me 5 minutes. Let me
The
make
cooks
these-
started on Monday, so there's people cooking that have less training in this kitchen than you do on the floor, you know?
The kitchen staff needs time to improve, time they don't have.
You shoot a movie, you can edit for 6 months if it doesn't feel right to you. In the restaurant business, people are coming to check you out, reviewers are coming to scoop you, foodies are coming to say they've been there before their friends. So you gotta be really on the money from day one.
We don't have any water. And so what are you doing? So we're testing the water. So right now all the water's off.
It's 8 hours to the opening night party. The mirror has been perfectly distressed. Danny's last-minute work on the service station is less perfect.
Very powerful? Good, I want a powerful drill. I'm usually pretty good with power tools.
What are you doing?
Drilling? Not so good, I guess.
For Joey, today is no better than yesterday.
We don't have any water. And so what are you doing? So we're testing the water. So right now all the water's off.
With 4 hours to go, Milry puts the final touches on 4 months of hard work.
I've been here since May. I was a young man with hopes and dreams, and now I'm just a broken, bitter old shell of a man.
Yeah, I thought it was open bar.
Not open bar, we're gonna open the bar.
How you feeling today? Sorry to hear it, baby.
Jim has run himself into the ground.
I think the place is great. I think it's very well designed. It's gonna really kick ass.
When you see with people that have real clothes on instead of construction outfits, yeah, it looks exactly like I wanted it to. So.
Orders are in, the water's back on, and the kitchen finally starts to rock.
Everything seems to be coming out remarkably well for the first night.
After a shaky lead-up, Joey's food comes through big time.
I never expected the food to be as good as it is. I thought, what can you do with Italian food to make it great? It is fabulous. So Very good.
Oh, good.
He was knowledgeable. He knew his choices.
Everything very tasty.
For the first night, we did okay? People are digging the food, they're digging the menu. They're digging the room, getting a lot of nice compliments on the room. My 70-year-old stepmother said, I don't like the mirror, it's too heavy.
Bobby's husband was like, Dad, it looks dirty.
You know, we had the same exact answer. He said, it feels like my grandmother's rec room. I was like, it's an compliment.
It's supposed to. That's the price you pay to be cool.
We're just gonna keep going until it's no more fun. You know? Right now it's fun.
That's a good answer.
Find more at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.